Yes, yes, it works. We are live. It is Wednesday night. It is time for Indie Volt's GeekGasm. Where is the branding? There is the branding. Thank you. We have a large guest list tonight. We're gonna let these fine folks introduce themselves, and then we'll get into some questions. We'll talk about books, comic books, and we will probably upset some of you with our opinions and our phrasing and lots of horrible things we're going to say very soon. But before we do that, we should run. Well, I'll run the intro and then the warning. How about that? Yeah. Here we go.
Warning and disclaimer. The views and opinions expressed on this live feed are those of the guests, speakers, and or hosts, and do not necessarily reflect the beliefs, official policies, ethics, or positions of the content providers, advertisers, additional hosts, and or guests, hosting sites, groups, or entities attached to this programming. Viewer discretion is advised.
From the voice of angels. Hello, everyone. My name is Varian Grant, and you can't see me on camera because I'm a disgusting fat pig, and I hate the way I look today. But yeah, I'm really there. But I might pop in, just make funny faces. And this is GeekGasm. I'm here, standing in for folks. I am here as always with the lovely Indie Princess. Hello.
Hey guys, how are you tonight? I am under the weather, but I am here for everybody. So just bear with me. I'm not feeling well. I haven't been feeling well for a couple days. But I'm happy to be here. So hopefully we have a good show tonight.
Well, I don't know if you know. Maybe you're dead. Like your hair's all black. Your lips look a little, I don't know, I'm concerned. And you look like you're going to a funeral, and like a virus funeral. You kind of like you're getting ready to host a horror movie. I was waiting to see what tonight's feature was, but yeah, there you go. Your nails aren't black. What's going on?
I know.
Oh no.
It was too late to paint them.
Oh no. Oh no, that's horrible. Well, we're going to look to some of our guests. We'll start with Thomas Hedgeland. Hello, Thomas.
What's up?
Introduce yourself to our listeners, please.
So I'm Thomas Hedgeland. I'm a comic book artist, and I was the penciler on the last 24 pages of Trump's. It's on Kickstarter right now. Thomas Formante was on inks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so you guys have worked together, and you haven't killed each other. You both of your names are Thomas, so you can always blame it on the other one.
Oh, we've been calling Formante Tommy. I think that works okay. No one calls me Tommy. So.
All right, we got to mess up. We got to switch that around tonight. So Thomas has you're Tommy, and hello, and well, I guess we can Thomas Formante Jr. How are you tonight, sir?
I am doing great. Thanks for having me on. I've been a comic creator since about 30 some odd years. Worked for pretty much everybody at one time or another. Mostly inking, but I've done penciling, coloring, lettering, writing, publishing, printing. Just about everything for everybody, but mostly for inking. I'm mostly known for inking, and right now that the other Thomas, like he said, you can call me Tommy if you want. Make it easy. We're working on a book, or we're done with the first book called Trumps from Silverline Comics, and it's being kickstarted right now. I think we're at about 90%, but we could use a few more eyes on the project over there. So. I guess that's it. Bye.
We're going to definitely try to help you with that tonight. I was kind of shocked. We had a when people's books grow and they say, "Hey, look, I was on your show and this my book went up in sales," and it's always kind of cool. And then I start asking for a little bit of kickback, and that's when they say, "I'm going to screenshot this conversation, Barry." And I'm like, "Okay, no, don't do that." I thought you're gonna, listen. I've been hanging around a lot of people who tell me you should get the taste of all the money, but that's all of Lola's family. Anyway, Meredith.
Yes. Hey guys, I am Meredith Lochren. I am a writer and podcaster for Geek Insider, as well as the project coordinator for Indie Event, which is that's my baby, and that is an online virtual event where we bring a lot of indie creators together. We're doing one in November. It's going to be a lot of fun, putting together a cosplay aspect to it. But the spin is going to be really horror, crime, thrillers, steampunk, anything that kind of in the Halloween realm. We're doing it after the fact so that we're not competing with Halloween and all of those events around that. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Indie Event, INDEEVNT.com.
Excellent. And I've been a part of Indie Event. It was it's one of the I know I didn't like. I talk to people who do cons, physical, and they tell me that they take like 2 weeks off because the last few days of putting the con together are very grueling. And I'm like, well, online cons wouldn't be that bad. And I've realized, and I didn't even help put anything together, but I've been a part of like broadcasting, and I don't know how Meredith does it. If anything, my ass would get tired from sitting too long.
I was telling people the one time where I was in the back room, I forgot to stop my camera. Mm-hmm. And so if anybody had come into that room just to visit, you would have seen me like napping in my chair, like drooling on myself, like in between the shows.
If that footage is out there, Indie Vote will pay.
And like my camera, it's a different angle. I'm on my my Chromebook today because I've got so many tabs open on my other computer and everything is critical. So I apologize for the lighting and everything.
I've joked that we're going to have a Indie Vote newsroom one day, and I will run it the same way that Harvey Levin ran the TMZ newsroom. Innuendo, if it's not fit to print, we'll run it. I'm gonna hire Meredith, and I want her to sit in the corner and just shake her head. I want her and the lawyer just to sit there and just, you can't print that. I'm not printing
it. Grant to HR.
My excuse will be this: I didn't print it. I posted it on an online type. There's a difference. It's only liable if it's in print. I can edit this. This technically isn't printed, but anyway. I didn't graduate law school, so don't.
You're not in charge.
That's why I'm not in charge. Miss Daphne Lage. By the way, Daphne, I'll let you introduce yourself, and then I'm gonna lay into you because I'm very upset.
Oh no! What did I do?
I seen
and
one
do I
of
have
your.
To do it again?
And I seen one of your videos online, and you revealed in one of the videos something that I found troubling. And
oh no.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh, but I'll let you know after the break. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. So hi everybody. My name's Daphne Lage, and I'm a cartoonist, illustrator, and comic book artist hailing out of New York. I am the artist of the funny animal fantasy comic Tall Tales, and the series spans more than 20 issues, and you can check out my work at talltalesonline.com. That's TAILS, and my YouTube channel at Daphne Lage Art. And to reference last night, I heard Derek's call in the night, and I was touched inappropriately. So I just want him to know that, Derek, if you're out there, go to talltalesonline.com, and I have a Kickstarter just for you. House of Bob, 24 pages of wanktastic or furry work. That'll meet your needs. So, and if you get one of the higher levels, I will draw that picture of Dawn that Joe Linsner won't do. So you can count on me.
We know he won't draw that picture, but I'll draw it.
So House of Bob on Kickstarter right now. 7 days left.
Cool. My gripe about your video is you did 30 questions.
Yes.
You ask an artist, and I'm watching, and then after that, I fall down the Daphne rabbit hole on YouTube. So it's just I want you to this sounds unsettling, because imagine it's just you on my television, me, and a bucket of popcorn, and I'm watching, and you do your office tour. And I know the office tour was a couple years old.
That's an old office tour. So
right, you shamed me.
Yeah, it doesn't look like that anymore.
You shamed me. You said that you don't like artists who have clean pads on their desk. It means they're not working. That's what you said.
Oh, clean pads. Yeah, exactly. If your office looks like you just you went to like Martha Stewart Living and just bought everything brand new and kept it like that, I'm suspicious. Use your stuff.
I will say there's a certain like kind of badge of honor when you walk into like a convention and you bring your drawing board with you and you pop it up and it's got all these scuff marks and scrapes.
Yeah.
And you're like, that's right, I've been drawing for money, kid. I've been getting by just this much for the last 2 years. I'm next to homeless. Here we go. But no, I did enjoy the series of videos. So I subscribed too. So now it's YouTube's like, hey, Daphne posted a new video.
Oh, thank you very much.
Yeah, it's I'm tired of you guys posting videos. Everybody, Meredith, Daphne, myself. I get told that I posted a video. It's crazy.
I have another one coming up this week. Right.
Well, Daphne, you just hit a milestone too, didn't you?
Yes, I just hit 800 subscribers, which was the reason why I did the 30 questions, because I figured, let's fill everybody in for 800. So now I'm trying to get to 850 for the next milestone. So yeah, thank you. Making videos is not easy.
Yeah, we just passed 500, but 800 is like, I mean, that's a lot of people, and you've been putting out a really good content for a while. So congratulations to you. You'll be at 1,000 before you know it.
Thank you.
Let's jump into these questions.
I hope so.
And we're gonna have all of you guys weigh in on these and tell us what you think. We'll start with a. Well, here we go. Okay. Single issue floppies or trades? What do you prefer? That's from Gene. Single issue floppies or trades? Lola, you said trades?
Yes, I like trades more because then I can read it all like once. I can binge read it.
I think I'm more of a
issue to come out.
Yeah, I think I'm more of a traditional. That's kind of guy. I'd like to get all of the singles and then then get a trade at the end, kind of a thing. So I'm more of a single issue floppies.
Mm-hmm. Well, I kind of agree with you. For me, it's a little like I watch this TV show all season, and then if I really liked it, I can go buy the DVD set, of a season when it was released. I would prefer it be that way because I know sometimes they bounce around in the volume, but I prefer myself. I like
and then usually when I work on a book and I end up making a trade, I'll throw a bunch of extra stuff in it, to make the trade even more than just, if it's a, 10 issues, 5 issues, I'll throw some extra stuff in it.
Yeah. The trade should have special features. I've gotten some trades before. What was that, Lola?
For what I blame you.
Oh. Well,
you introduced me to comics, and the first comic you gave me was a trade, and then after that was a trade. So everything I got was trades. So that's what I'm used to now. So it's your fault.
Oh man,
It is.
It's your fault, Baron.
Let the record show that she got trades because I was not about to let her handle the floppies. They were collected, they had been
Oh, that
bagged
little
and
more
sorted.
you could.
Yeah.
The original you can always buy another trade, but those original singles, those floppies, they're there.
Except for the Killing Joke, that trade needs to be handled very carefully. And that's not like we can buy a new copy of the Killing Joke and you can read that, but the one that I got off the shelf when I was a kid, my dad didn't bother checking the age. That was Anthony Chobot, how are you? Hello, how are you, sir? Some trades are lower paper ink quad in the floppies, or have they gotten better? Oh man, that's I've seen that too. Where do you, Meredith, Daphne? Where do you guys and Thomas?
Well, I prefer trades. Yeah, I prefer trades, but that's more of a space issue because as much as I like the individual covers on floppies, like right now where I am, it's hard to store. So at least a trade, I can just I can read it all at once, put it on a bookshelf, and there it is, as opposed to floppies that I have to dig through boxes to find.
I have a buddy. I don't know if she want me to say her name, but she recently got rid of every comic and trade that did not spark joy.
Well,
and she switched over to digital. She bought everything digitally that she gotten rid of.
Oh no,
Meredith,
I know a lot of people that do that.
I can't do digital at all.
Meredith, you've had the term the comic noob, and you've probably seen your collection grow from time to time. What do you prefer though, floppies or trades? Will you wait for the trade? Will you?
I am a big fan of prose, and I am an all or nothing kind of, like, I have to read from cover to cover. So I get really frustrated if there's a story arc, and when there's a story arc and I don't get the whole story, I'm very frustrated. So the trade paperback is pretty cool. However, to what Daphne was saying, I love the individual covers. I love the artwork and things like that. So I guess it depends. I mean, if I'm connecting with the creator and the artists and things, and I want to see those different covers, I'll become a fan and I'll start collecting. So then is it really reading or is it collecting at that point? I don't know.
Why not both?
Exactly. I find that I'm doing that, and I'm like, I need a raise. I can't afford all of this stuff.
And Thomas Hedgeland?
Yeah.
Well,
you think about it?
technically, can't you can you write that off your taxes?
And you know what? I know some people who do. They put their comic books on their taxes.
Well, it's entertainment. Yeah.
Technically, they're business. It's a business expense, right?
Yeah, I mean, I got a friend he works as an artist 100%, and he puts comics that he buys as research, movies he sees as research. So yeah,
I sure did when I was doing it freelancing full time.
Yeah, and Mr. Hedgeland, what do you think? Floppies or trades?
I pretty much only have trades, but I don't usually go to the comic book shop if I'm being honest. I'll usually, and I only buy comics if I like the artist, so I'll just buy it so I can just look at all the pretty pictures. I don't even read them half the time. I just look at the art.
I think
that's our dirty little secret.
Yeah.
Buy some books, look at the art. Yeah,
I just read the articles is all that I do. I'm not looking at the picture.
All right, next question, and we can get this one pretty quick, I believe. This is is it okay to wear leggings as normal wear instead of gym wear? That's from Adam.
Oh, well, let's see.
I just have one question.
Leggings are not pants.
Leggings?
Well, let's not discriminate here.
But aren't leggings?
No. Everybody can wear leggings.
I'd
actually like to hear about yoga pants stuff.
I'd actually like to hear from the guys in the room. I mean, when you see a woman walking down the street with leggings and maybe a large T-shirt, I mean, is that attractive?
Well, of course it is. I mean, but I was I gotta go over leave again. No. For myself or for watching somebody else, I'm not really sure exactly what that. I'm next.
Yeah, there we go. No, I know that I know some guys who I've seen. I don't know them personally, but I've seen some guys wearing leggings, and I thought it was kind of weird.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, whatever floats your boat, man. Because they may know a level of comfort that I don't know yet. I had an injury years ago, and my mother went to Walmart, came over to my apartment at the time, gives me basically a big, huge sundress. Says, wear this. And I put this thing on. I felt ridiculous until I sat on the sofa. And I said, oh my God, I've been missing out. This thing is it's swaddling, and it hugged my curves perfectly. But it was really nice. It was nice, and I've been missing out. Sundresses were nice and comfortable. I don't know for everybody else, they might not be, but make it work. Yeah, I don't know if I want to wear leggings though. I don't know. Here's a good question. Don't worry, we'll get to this one. How about this one here? I recently hired a guy to do the coloring for my comic book. He recently revealed to me that his copy of Photoshop is hacked and does not plan on paying for it. Will I get in trouble for working with him? I heard some printers will ask for the Photoshop certificate before printing. Well, it just so happens we got somebody who's doing printing here with us. One of the co-owners. That safe to say, Thomas?
Yep. No, we don't ask. I mean, we just want print ready files. So I don't know and I've worked with bunches of printers, and with stuff, and now of course all my copies back from Photoshop 2.5, I've owned, but there's times you go online, somebody says, here, try this program, and you want to go online and try it out before you spend $500-600 on it, and you can find things if you look hard enough, but I'm not saying that I've ever done that, but I know people that have. But personally, we don't ask. I've never heard anybody ever ask. That's between you and your maker, you and whoever's that's you. That's between you and you, I guess. I mean, you could get in trouble, of course, but
Thomas,
I'm not going to come down on you.
Thomas, I seen you made a couple of
the only
Daphne, hear me?
The only place that I've seen where they cared about whether you had a legit version of Photoshop is like big companies. But that's photos
or
that's
schools,
Adobe
that
contacting
kind of
the company, as making sure that they're using, because if the copy is not legit, they just shut down the serial number and you can't access whatever. But individual people, I don't see what difference why they would care what version of Photoshop you're using, unless it's a compatibility issue. But whether you have a legit version of Photoshop, I don't see how that's relevant to anything. That's between Adobe and you.
Yeah, I mean the question was, the printer asked to see if they had a legit copy, and I'd like to know what printer this was that asked that, because I have never come across that.
Oh, right.
Well,
not comic book wise.
Right.
I think
if I'm sending you
comic
PDFs,
book people can't afford it anyway, so they're not worried about it so much.
I've heard of people.
Yeah, if I'm sending printer PDFs, I've never had a printer ask, "Oh, was this done on legitimate, equipment?" It's like,
I'm going in right now to
sure that all the
Kablam,
fonts there, all the layers are flat, and prints.
Exactly. Yeah, that's all I want. That's all I care about. But I tell you what, I am going to go and put notes next to you guys' names on Kablam. So when your next project you send in, I'll ask to see if you guys got legit copies or not, just to double check. I didn't know I was supposed to do that, but now I know.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, I've never heard of that.
Never heard of it either.
I had a friend.
Have you guys, the rest of you?
I had a friend who told me that he a job asked him for his certification or something, not Adobe Photoshop certification, but the fact like to provide receipt that he had an actual copy of the software. But this is back in 2007, 2008, where we all had fake copies. CM Blue says
allegedly.
Don't ask, don't tell.
Yeah.
That's a moo-moo.
Thomas, at your school, did they check to see what you guys were using when y'all were doing all of the
Oh, well, they gave us all Illustrator and Photoshop and stuff for free, or I mean, we paid tuition, but they gave it to us. So
yeah.
I don't
and what cool school did you go to? By the way, we didn't tell everybody.
The Kubert school.
Oh, yeah. The Kubert school. We got a QB guy in the room. All right.
I have some Kubert school correspondence courses that I need to get around to finishing. I'm slow though. And come on.
Do you know who's critiquing them?
I have no idea yet.
Okay.
Well, if it's you and you fail me though, you'll never come on the show again. No. I expect if it's you, just tell me where to send the Venmo payment to.
Yeah, okay. I might be able to do that. Probably might send.
Joe D. McPhee says, cool, glad to put name to face. Nice to meet you to a degree, Thomas. Now I know who's sending me the tracking emails for my print orders.
Oh, that's me and the rest of the gang. Yep.
This is the man responsible for your print. Look at him. So
kablam.
I never had. I think that might be a scare tactic people are using. Hey, if you don't have a copy of Photoshop, you can't. And right now, I mean, if you're in college and type of school, it's like $20 a month. I think it's like $20 a month. And
I mean, everybody's complains about the subscription thing, but it's still. Back in the day, we'd spend several $1,000s to buy the latest version, and now a couple of bucks a month. I mean, I know $20-$30 a month is a bunch, but still that's better than a couple of $1,000 for for something that you may just use a couple of months if you're not full time doing it.
Because now you can't own it, which is fine,
right?
Tommy is the ink slinging Jedi. But now you can't buy the program. You have to now.
John. We know John. John's part of the Silverline group.
So let's talk about Silverline. Let's talk about the book. I'm gonna pull up Thomas's stuff. Meredith is okay. I see. I've seen messages in the chat. Yeah, everyone's having internet problems, so we'll stick with everybody as long as we can. Let me pull up the ArtStation account of Mr. Thomas Hedgeland and an ArtStation account that is being utilized, unlike mine, which apparently I probably forgot existed to this very moment.
It's easy to forget about, because it's not really meant for comic book artists, I think. So I just put it up there, and then no one really likes it or follows me or anything. So
this fantastic looking art. I see you got the Batman Who last page here.
Yeah, it's 2 pages. That's a little old. I was still at Kubert, so that was like a year ago.
Very nice.
If you scroll, there's one more page. I can't remember what it looks like, but
let me go back. Will it let me go back? Hold on. Okay, we'll figure this out.
Nope, you're stuck.
Okay, we'll figure this out. I'll fix it. All right, there we go. One page. Oh, you said the next page? Was it page 2 for that one?
Yeah, there was 2 pages. It was an assignment while I was still at school.
I got it. I don't know why it stopped working, but there we go. Right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, Batman has a gun. And what you're freaking out? Internet's broke itself, and it's all Thomas's fault. Jesus, Batman.
Now he just picked it up just to move it out of the way. He wasn't using it.
He was just moving the bullets out of the way as they were going through the people. No, it's not actually the Batman. It's the Batman who laughs, so it's a little different. He just looks like Batman. It's from the It's the Grim Knight. It's from the Batman who laughs. He just looks like Batman.
She took one in the forehead. That man's being stabbed in the head. This is Batman for Detroit. I'm not taking any shit. Very nice work. I love it. This looks good. Now, this was when you were still a student at Kubert. So, do you look at this as an artist and say, "Oh man, I could do a little, I could do better than this now"? Do you feel that, or?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, not on quite everything, but I despise it at the time, and I despise it now. Just the expressions, especially. Yeah, I think all the expressions aren't very good. Although my expressions still aren't very good, so I don't know. But
oh man, your pencils are great. Don't the Trump books look really good.
Let's look at some art from Trump's here.
There we go.
Yeah. Now this is your art, Thomas, and this almost looks a little cleaner, but then again, I mean, you can definitely tell it's you. Who's one of your influences?
David Finch. David Finch is the only artist I'm like really influenced by. Like I spend a lot of time learning how to draw like him. There's a lot of other artists that I like, but he's like the one that I've actually tried to draw like. Like I like Mark Bagley and Jim Chung and Jim Lee. I've been influenced by Jim Lee a little bit, but yeah, mostly just David Finch.
I could see it, and it looks fantastic. My favorite artist has always been Mike Turner. And that did not get helped. That did not get helped when someone told me once, "Hey, that looks like the way you draw." Oh, my ego inflated. I guess of course, I've been ghosting for that guy for years.
Yeah.
And let me see here. What else do we have? Because I went to your art station. Sorry, my computer is also wanting to be buggy tonight, but I'm gonna fix that. Here we go. No, I don't have problems.
You have solutions.
That's right. I'm solutions oriented, like that guy who did Fire Festival. Solution was that he got sued by everybody. So now this art here,
the one who went to prison.
Yeah. This art here. Let's see here. This is Roland sends me so much cool art, and I'm like, well, wait a minute, what's this from?
This is all from Trump's.
Yeah. So he's now the thing about this piece right here is that I don't know if you guys know this, but green people terrify me. And
well, let me make a note. I'm gonna call the colorist, and we'll have her change it.
Yeah, green people.
So that's another one on the checklist. You hate werewolves and green people,
and light blue as well. Light blue is very freaky.
Oh, there's some light blue people in there too.
Yeah. No.
What about purple? There's some
Where
purple
does that
people
come
in
from,
there.
Varian?
I've seen Wesley Snipes. We're good. People are gonna realize that joke when they say, "Wait a minute." No, purple people would be fine. I'm terrified of Ronan the Accuser. Terrified. I do not like in the movie. And I wonder sometimes because I'm terrified about Ronan the Accuser, and there's oh gosh, and werewolves on screen are horrible, except in Twilight, but nothing in that movie was like the way it should be. So, but yeah, werewolves and don't like them, and green people like these folks here. Now, this art from Trump's, and I got another page here too that I can bring up. There we go. And now this art here, this is also Thomas's art, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Now, Thomas, are you working traditionally or digitally? How's that going?
Pretty much all traditionally. I actually drew that page like mostly digitally, and I actually don't like it at all. So I should not work digitally.
So
traditional is way yeah, traditional is way better for me.
I'm with you on that. I definitely prefer traditional. Is there something about that's the way I started drawing? I know I should make the change or at least try to embrace the change, but every time I fire at my tablet, I'm like,
yeah,
I'm young. I can learn this next year.
the one thing I do all my roughs digitally, and then I print them off and then I trace them. But yeah, the actual drawing part I can't do digitally. It looks terrible.
And then you have to give them over to TJ.
Yeah.
To ink.
Mm-hmm.
Now, how has it been inking, Thomas?
The other Thomas. No, yeah, I've been inking traditionally for like forever, but since I've got I got a Wacom tablet, I don't know, 10 years ago, and I started trying to transition just over to digital. But all this is, there's a few pages I did traditional because we were using them for Kickstarters, rewards. And then I did a couple of pages so that Roland and Thomas can have some original inked pages. But yeah, there you go. There's the Kickstarter. But no, this is all for the most part. It's all digital on an iPad. So I can if I wouldn't have told you, you probably wouldn't have known. I've tried to make it so that it looks the same way my inks looked when I was doing it, which with a brush and India ink and quills and tech pens and blood and sweat and whatever that you could pick up to make marks on a page.
Mm-hmm. And I see I'm at the page. I'm scrolling through lots of good covers. I'm always scared when I see black and white covers because I think I'm reminded of the time that my aunt, who was very young, invited her friends over and they colored in all of my black and white comics.
Well, that's going to end up being colored. This was we were the cat. This is a two-parter Kickstarter, so it's Cat and Mouse #3, and then Trump's book 1 in one Kickstarter campaign. And so that Trump's cover you see there is by Stephen Butler. I inked that one, and the color just hasn't finished coloring it yet. And so as soon as she finishes coloring, they'll swap the graphic in. So it'll be color when we're done.
I'm looking forward to seeing that one. I think Sid's going to do good on it.
Yeah, no, Sid's doing fabulous on. She's also a QB, a girl. That's what you like. That's what you guys like to call yourselves, QBs, right?
Yeah, that seems to be the name. But yeah, I remember while I was at the Kubert School, most artists at the Kubert School are very bad. But I remember seeing her stuff, and I was like, wait, she's actually pretty good.
Yeah, she's really good.
Yeah, especially at color. And so whenever Roland was putting the team together, I was like, yo, you should get Sid.
Because y'all went to school at the same time, right? Y'all were both there at the same time? Yeah, so you knew her. Yeah. She's from Chile, right?
Yeah. I don't know her well. When I was in first year, she wasn't at the school. I took off a year and went back for second year. So she was the first year while I was not at the school, and then we were in second year together. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's kind of complicated, but yeah.
But yeah, she's doing a great job at coloring. Now, some of the pages there are the Cat and Mouse book, which is the penciler there is also from your school with Barb.
I actually spent a lot of time with Alex. We were pretty good friends.
Yes, yeah, he's a good guy.
We still talk every day online.
You see, I try not to talk to any of my old buddies. I actively try to avoid them. Talking to you. This art looks fantastic. Now, this is for the you got people have 9 days left to go get this. 100 backers, $3,675 and $4,000 goal. This will go on the radio later. So if you guys are looking for that, Kickstarter.com, Trump's Book 1 and Cat and Mouse 1 through 3. It's from our good friends at Silverline. and you guys need to go over there and back this. It's there's the PDF, so anybody all over the world can get it.
Yeah, we've got a bunch of reward levels there. So I mean, there's a lot of art in there. If anybody wants any original art, there's just a lot of stuff. There's actually, I'm going to show you here in a minute when we switch back to the other thing. I've got a copy of the Trump's exclusive Kickstarter metallic gold cover. I'm going to show you guys here in a minute.
Take a look at it.
All right, here we go. This is actually, yeah. You see how it's shiny? Ooh, let me try to get a little closer to the thing.
I like shininess.
Yep, and this will only be available through Kickstarter once we run it. It's over with. Now everybody's saying, well, of course you're Thomas, you're kablam. You're just gonna print as many. No, this is once we're done. This is it. Remember, this is not my book. This is Silverline's book, which I'm inking, Thomas is penciling. But yeah, so this will be the metallic. Can you see? Is it shining? Can you see?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So of course it'll be trimmed, So, but this is the paper and everything. It's a gold metallic paper.
That's nice. I like that. That's
yeah, it's real pretty.
I'm sold because it's shiny, man. If you
shiny,
figure out a way, I'll tell you right now. If you figure out a way to throw some big gaudy like chrome into those like power bursts, I'm so there. Some hollow foil. Oh my god.
Oh man, you need to come check us out. We got some holographic paper that just came in that looks so cool with like sunburst in it. It's silver. We got all kind of new stuff that we can do for Kickstarter rewards and all that kind of stuff.
Excellent.
Or if you just want to take them to shows, whenever we get to do shows again, you'll have plenty of cool shiny stuff to put on your table.
And that's one of the things I wanted to ask you about, but I still want to go. I want to go through the Silverline items that you have, because you have quite a few things that you guys are doing. There we go. Okay. I wanted to ask though, when it comes to printing, are you seeing a change in the way people are getting things printed now? Are they starting to want more hollow foil covers, more little, just things about the comic they want different? They're pushing the envelope a bit.
Yeah, it's of course when everything shut down in March or whatever thing, all the shows stopped, of course, and everything slowed down. But Kablam has picked back up. We're not where we should be at this point, like last year, but things are picking up a whole lot. So, but as far as the specialty books and stuff, everybody, this new stuff is because people were asking for it. So to answer your question, yeah, all of the holographic covers and the these metallic covers and that kind of stuff are cool thing, especially for Kickstarter rewards. They work really good for the exclusives and that kind of things. And we also can do. You remember back in the day when you had an encyclopedia and you were flipping through it and you had those plastic pages where you had the body that you could flip open and you could see like the skin, and then you flipped it open and it was and then you get down to the bones and all that kind of stuff. We can actually print on transparencies and stuff like that too. So, if you wanted to do a cover that just had a background on it and then the figures were on another sheet that you could just lift up and then just have the background or have the logo with other, we can do all kind of crazy stuff.
Now, Thomas, also, I know that as an artist, have you, and this is a question that was actually left over that I didn't get a chance to ask, but since, I got another artist here and Daphne and when you, so what's he talking about? We're talking about and art. But I want to ask Daphne and Thomas, when you're drawing, how hard is it to get what's in your head out onto the paper? That was the question that we had. And are you able to draw an image from your mind, on the paper, and is it 100%? And let me start by saying, hell no, General.
Pretty much. It's probably around like 60%.
If I can get the shit in my head on paper, I'd be a millionaire. However, that shit never comes out right. It just comes out passable. And then someone has to take it from me because I'll keep noodling it until it's overworked. And Daphne, I have had that experience. I had that experience when an art teacher walked down the aisles. And he stopped and made fun. He made fun of a kid that was drawing manga. They were drawing it. And a buddy told me he went to he was at Full Sail, and they don't have at that point they didn't have an actual illustration class, but he said that they did have to do some drawing, and he said this girl was doing manga, and as he walked past, he just reached down there and he grabbed a paper off the desk and balled it up, and he didn't break stride. Like he didn't stop, he didn't slow down, just like a Terminator. All the manga snatched it and balled up and kept walking. So I want to say, is that why you think people like manga a bit more? Because I will say this, when I draw something that's, in that art style, I'm able to get a lot more. I'm able to almost get 90% of what I planned out. But when I draw that Western style comic book stuff, man, I'm lucky if I get 20% of it on the paper. It's horrible.
Well, it's like, so in case anybody doesn't know, because I had to pop out and reboot my computer. So I have a video on my YouTube channel called Stop Drawing Anime Crap. But the title is rather clickbaity, because in the end, it's like I discuss how it's like teachers really, what they're really saying is that they want you to learn your fundamentals first before you worry about what style you're going to draw everything in. But the funny thing is that the more I hear these stories about teachers like doing stuff like that and being really aggressive towards manga style and anime style, I'm actually of the mindset now that I just think that those teachers, it's less about them, for some bizarre reason, unable to tell you to practice your fundamentals, to learn your fundamentals so that your anime stuff will look better. And I think that it's just, most of the time, it's just bigotry against a non-Western style. But that's kind of like a tangent. But in terms of your original question, yeah, if I could get like 60% of what's in my head on the paper, I'm lucky. Because it's like what's in my head far surpasses my skill set. So that has a lot to do with not being able to completely get what I want on paper. But back to your anime thing, it's like, yeah, it's like I also find myself, if I really simplify my style like manga style, I have an easier time with it than if I'm trying to do it like Loomis or Hogarth or something. It's but if a teacher tells you stop drawing anime crap and they don't explain, it's because of it's because they're actually being bigoted. I believe that now. I believe that now. I truly do think that has a lot more to do with it than anything else.
Meredith disagrees. I just want to say
I am not an artist at all. I write, I doodle, and that's about as far as I go with that. So I have no idea. I'm just going to sit here and try my best to look pretty.
For a while. Thomas, what do you think? First of all, are you able to get anything? Are you able to get anything out of your head on the paper, and is it satisfactory? And also, do you find if you change your art style to something else, you'd have a higher success rate of doing that?
Okay, so with the first question,
first question is how much of your art?
Yeah.
Do you think you're actually able to get out of your head?
I do have drawings from up to like a year ago that I'm like still happy with and like don't have any problems with. But like yesterday I drew, it was something for the Kickstarter campaign. And after I finished, I just looked at it and I just like could not believe that I drew that. It was so bad. It was just embarrassing. So I didn't show it to anyone, and I redrew it. But yeah, so I don't know. Sometimes I can draw some really bad art sometimes, and I try not to show it to anybody.
Well,
It
you
can
got
go
to
either
get it
way.
out though. You got to get all
Yeah.
that bad art though, out though. So it's important.
Yeah, I'm trying.
I agree with that, Daphne. You know, I mean, just even with the writing, drawing and everything, music, you know, you put it out there, you get the feedback, and then you hope that people aren't shredding you, but maybe kind of mentoring you. Like, how can I make that better?
Yeah, I send a lot of my stuff to Alex, actually. He's the one doing cat and mouse. If I'm struggling with something, I'll send it to him. He's got like a sharp eye, and he can give good critiques. Yeah, that helps.
See, I don't know. When I hear people say get the bad art out, my brain, because it's twisted, automatically starts thinking about like, well, is art skill like poop, and you have to get all of like the bad poop out, and you're constantly, because you're just sitting there, you're almost in the same position, drawing, you know, or you just like you got to get all this bad shit out the way so you can get to the good shit. I get it.
You don't want to be artistically constipated. Yeah, you don't want to be artistically constipated.
It's a artistic blockage of the bowels.
I kind of think it is that you just, there's a lot of you know, when you've done hundreds and hundreds of pages, they're not all going to be the, you know, just the best thing. You got to get that page out, and you're on a schedule. If you're doing a monthly book, or in my case, I was doing like 3 monthly books at one time. That you know, you got to just, you don't shit them out like what you're referring to. Like, that's what I would call it, just trying to get it done. You know, you got to still do a great job, but you know, sometimes you just got to, you know, say that's good. Next, get to the next page, get to the next panel. You just move, because you got to get it done. Got to get it out. You know, it's especially when it's a monthly book.
Yeah, that was something that I remember reading that Dave Sim had said, that it's like, you know, worry about it on the next page.
Yeah, fix it. You know, it's. I mean, there's some stuff that you go, oh, that's just really terrible, and you do go back and fix. But I mean, you know, I know some pencilers that not Mr. Thomas there. He's doing a fabulous job. But I know some pencilers that you'll look at it and you're like, you just didn't want to redraw that. And then you call them and say, did you just not, you drew it, and then you realize you drew the wrong thing and you just didn't feel like redrawing it. I go, yeah, I just wasn't going to redraw it. And you're like, all right, let's go. Next page.
Yeah.
Keep on going. Got to get it done.
Let
the writer figure out how to script it in there somehow or another and make it work.
The Indie Princess is throwing shade. She said someone needs to learn how to do that, and she cut her eyes toward me. Shots fired.
I have to take the paper away from you.
That's right. Take the paper away. I'm gonna keep needling at it and noodling it until it's completely overworked, a complete mess. It looks like.
If it makes you feel any better, Frank Frazetta noodled with his paintings until the very end. Like the Death Dealer that got printed all those years ago is not the Death Dealer that's hanging in the in his museum, because he just kept noodling and noodling and noodling to the very end. So
I mean, if you keep noodling it, you're going to get the Star Wars episodes, the redone 4, 5, and 6. And did we really need for him to redo all that stuff?
Yeah, exactly.
No.
I would totally do that. Like, I've seen people rework books after release. As a matter of fact, we talked about that last night with Luke Stone. Luke said someone asked him, is he going to go back now? He's getting ready to release the trade for Hybrids, Sons of Gods. And he said that someone asked him, was he going to go back and, because he's growing as an artist, and redraw issue 1. And he's like, man, I can't imagine. I guess I would like it if it was a special commemorative, 30-year anniversary. We're going to get everybody who worked on the comic to do a page or redraw the first issue. That could be kind of cool. But for me to go back, I drew this book already. I mean,
put it to bed. It's done. Yeah.
It'd be nice to maybe make some changes, like, I accidentally drew this guy with too long a neck. Let me fix that. But then
redo whole pages. Yeah, I don't know.
Redoing the whole book.
Well, it's being that I do own Kablam. You know, I've got a bunch of my own book, like the stuff that you see behind me, all my Kid Heroes stuff. You know, I'm a terrible speller. There's all kind of bad spelling in these books, and I could go fix those, but hell no, I'm not doing it, because as I'm moving on to the next book, that'll take time out from me doing something new. Then, you know, nobody's complaining. I'm the only one that realized they just know that I misspelled everything, and they don't care anymore. I blame my wife for not proofreading everything. And yeah, I don't even go back and fix, you know, unless it's really, really bad. I tend to feel that you just get on to the next page.
Yeah.
You know, keep telling your story, keep going.
Yeah, I mean, well, as somebody with 20 issues, I mean, my very first page doesn't look anything like my most recent page.
I hope it doesn't. I hope it
right, yeah, exactly. That's the idea, exactly.
Yeah.
But it's like I wouldn't. I've already gone way past the idea of redoing those like maybe like first 3 or 4 issues, because it's like, you know, in the end, I have to respect the artist that I was back then.
Sure.
And worry about what I'm doing now and keep it moving.
Yes. Yeah. Mic drop. You dropped the mic. Here. Drop a Baby Yoda.
Here comes Star Wars PS.
Oh, wait a minute. We can't. Yeah, that's right.
Now, Thomas, I have a question for you. We talked to a lot of artists who, you know, myself being one, can't go to conventions. Have you noticed, is that affecting you at all, by the way, not being able to go to conventions? Are you, how are you hanging in there when it comes to being able to draw for, you know, I guess, I mean, you got a book coming out, so that's good. But like, is it have you missed the convention circuit at all?
Is it this Thomas you're asking?
Yeah.
No, I've never actually been behind the table at a con. I'm going to this Halloween. I'm going to a con in Texas, or at least that's the plan. But yeah.
So you're gonna have your wow in Texas. You know, everything's bigger in Texas, including.
That's what they say.
Yeah,
I don't think it's gonna be that big, but yeah.
I hope it is good for you, because I mean I miss cons. I've went to 3 cons this year, and you know, it's like I think I said it before. I missed the financial rewards of it, but I haven't really felt that much because I'm saving money by not buying tables and traveling all over the country.
Yeah, it's really amazing just to see just how much money we spend when we can't spend it.
Right. And I don't count the profit hits in my pocket. So I'm like, I'm not seeing any losses here. I'm just able to go buy a couple PS5s now. I'm gonna go. We'll see when that happens. As if I can grab a hold of one of them. We were joined by Gary Henderson. Popped in. Say hello, Gary.
Hey, how's it going, you guys?
Hey.
How do you do?
Gary is the creator of Pyramid Nights, and he is a writer that knows how to write a team book. I dislike team books. But that's all I keep creating. Books with big ensemble cast, which is a horrible idea. Next book I create is going to be like I Am Legend.
One person and a dog. That's what you're gonna do.
Right. Actually, I'm gonna kill the dog in the first issue.
Oh boy.
It's gonna be the one person.
You'll be able to see how lazy I am. The art will degrade. Like I did a comic strip for Randy Zimmerman and his paper, and it's a monthly comic strip, and my ass was 3 to 4 panels, and my ass was still trying to find shortcuts. So all of a sudden the characters got really simplified. Like all the stuff that he had brought my comic in to do, I'm like, yo, now that I'm in the door, these characters no longer have pupils. And what am I doing with these ears? Why is there so much detail in these ears? This circle will do.
Your strip got cuter.
It got cuter because I got lazier. And I'm like, I don't have time to draw this. No, but yeah, it was really weird. Thomas, I almost call him Thomas Senior because the other one says Junior. But
I'm a junior as well, believe it or not.
Oh man, so we can't even call one TJ.
Yeah.
You know what? Are you sure he's not future you? Are you? Like he changed his name? Did something happen?
The
Mr.
lag wasn't
Formante, were
that
you
bad.
once? Are you coming back in time to tell us something? You have any? You could have warned us about 2020.
Oh, missed my
Depending
Hey,
on
what
where
were we
you're
going
coming
to
from,
do
you could
about
have
it,
warned
though?
us. But where's well, first of all, do you do any commissions?
Yeah, and I'm super behind actually. But yeah,
Keep
in
your
theory
mind,
I
you
do
got 'em, fine.
commissions.
Daphne,
Actually,
any
that's one of
commission
the
spots?
reward levels on the
Not at the moment.
Kickstarter.
Only at my Kickstarter do I have a commission spots.
Meredith, any commissions open?
Right. Yeah. I don't belong in here. Just put me out.
She can write something for us.
I know a lady who actually did commissions for her to go. She was doing for websites. She was doing SEO rankings and everything, and she would and she would tell me, let me go over your site and try to break it. And she was getting paid for that. And some people would give her like $100 to see if.
Hey, you know what? I can write, I can do websites, I do social media, but I do not draw, at least not professionally.
Untrue. Meredith has drawn pictures of everybody at Terraform when she's mad at us. And she writes above it, big dum dum head. Yeah.
There is bloodletting in my head, but that's
What's saying, Gary? I'm sorry.
Has anyone here seen Tom King's drawings? Because he's a writer, but he'll draw like stick figures, and I bet he gets paid good money for it. You could probably do that. Just draw stick figures on sketch covers.
Oh yeah. I'm getting real simplistic. All this stuff that I've been doing with, what's all this anatomy stuff and shine and poses. No more of that. I'm doing straight up, easy to decipher, easy to see art. I
have 3 projects that you're supposed to be doing for me.
Oh, now they'll get finished because I'm gonna be lazy.
Well, as long as it reads right, then what does it matter? Draw your little stick figure guys. That's great.
See, why can't you be more like Thomas and believe in me?
So, Meredith, what kind of writing do you like to write? Fantasy, venture, mystery? I'd like to know what you like to write. Meredith?
Yep. I actually write, I write all kinds. I love thrillers, horror, but I also do romance. I've written erotica.
Ooh.
That's what I thought.
Lola said that's what she focuses on.
So there's a lot of stuff that I write. I'm actually trying to script out a couple of my thrillers right now for comic books and see where that goes. Yeah.
You do novels too? Have you done novels at all?
I've done. I know that NaNoWriMo is right around the corner, and I've done that. And I have a couple of books, but they're at a point right now where they really need a lot of editing. I love. I think it was Hemingway that said, "Write drunk, edit sober." That sober part is just really tough.
See, I don't know about that because everything that I've done drunk, when I'm sober, I'm like, why'd I do that? And yeah, John is right. Watch out for gorilla milk.
So I just know, like, as a comic book artist doing the Pyramid Nights, that I'm more of a visual story writer than a writer. So I'll put everything down, like, to my artists that I have now as like a layout to how the story's going visually. And then as soon as they put it on paper to where I want it to look like, and then I go into do the dialogue and the narrative and the flow of the story, that I know it's easier for me to do it that way than to just think of everything down as a written story. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, when
Visually, I'm much better than I am as a written author. Is what I'm trying to say.
See, when I think of stories and things like that, a lot of times I can visualize it in my head. It's clear as day. It's like I'm watching it on the big screen in my mind, but then trying to translate that, kind of like what you were saying, like can you translate the stuff that's in your head to your pencil? And it's the same thing for me as a writer, trying to get those things down where you want to get as many details as possible, but you don't want anybody to fall asleep because of all of those details. So what's important, and all that editing.
And now since I know, I don't have to draw all this anymore. See all those wrinkles and stuff in her jacket? All that shading and stuff? Gone. Now I can draw this in 5 seconds. I'll just put a little red hair up there. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm not drawing like this anymore. It's a waste of my time. I could have made much more money, and that's for me. I do have let me see if I can find this. I want to there it is. Okay. Can't find my screen I want to share. I want to take one more look here before we start wrapping it up here at the Trump's campaign. I should say the Trumps and Cat and Mouse double feature.
And Cat and Mouse number. Yep.
And it is episodes 1 through 3.
1 through 3 of Cat and Mouse and Trump book 1.
We will put this up on the page. We will put this. We'll actually add this to indievolt.com. We'll also put a link in the description of the video. And also, while we're here, we have to talk about House of Bob. Meredith, could you? Not Meredith. I'm sorry. Well, I'm used to going to Meredith for everything, but Daphne, could you shoot me a link? You want to put in the private chat?
Yeah, sure.
You're stepping in the way of progress here.
Yeah, I was. There we
go. I've accused Lola of lobbying when she won't bring up things. Like, because you bring that comment up, and she's like, what kind of political maneuvering is this? I said, bring the comment up. No, I'm not bringing your comments up. You read them yourself. So I do. And most time I'm like, no. Oh, there's Meredith again. She left out. She came back in. Trump's book 1 and Cat and Mouse issues 1 through 3 over on Kickstarter. Go check it out. It's a twofer. And those pledge goals are super attainable. You're not in America? No worries. They got a PDF version. If you want a physical version, Cat and Mouse number 3, $10 pledge gets you that with exclusive cover. And the digital CNN, the digital Cat and Mouse number 3, that's going to come out to you in November. They are readily pushing along. They're going to have this book in your hands before you even realize you ordered it.
Yeah, we're going to have the Cat and Mouse is completely penciled, colored, lettered, everything. The only thing that's left on the Trump's book is this page that I'm working on right now. And the only reason why I haven't finished it is because we knew when we were going to do all of these streams and that kind of stuff that sometimes you guys want us to throw the page up on the screen while we're working on stuff. So I saved one last page to finish up. So both books are completely done. So as soon as the Kickstarter's over and we know how much to print up, Roland from Silverline is going to send me the order of what needs to be printed, and we're going to print it up. So, it's going to be October, middle of October, and the books will be out. So,
Excellent.
Yes.
I can't wait to see him. I'm going to get in on that one too.
Thomas, sorry. Thomas, I must ask you, how many artists you have working, or how many people you have working on that book?
On the Trump's book, or the Cat and Mouse book? Yeah, there was 2 pencilers on the Trump's book, but Thomas that's on the stream here now, he did the last half of the book. I pretty much inked all of it. Well, not pretty much. I've inked all 48 pages. The Trump's is a 48-page book, and it's all colored, like I said, and inked except for the one page that I am doing now. Here it is. You want to see? Look, there it is. I'm almost done. There's the page right there. Whoa, look. Ah! That is the last page. I was inking on it while we were talking, but yeah, we are
multitasking.
That's right.
Roland's going to send me a
iPad Pro, or what is that?
Yeah, it's just an iPad Pro. I tend to ink everything digital now because it's just easier for me. I've always inked in I've been married for forever, and so I've always done my comic book stuff when I didn't have a studio space someplace. I always kind of just instead of having another room in the house where I would go draw, I'd just sit in the living room, and that's where I did all my stuff. And my wife got tired of me spilling ink all over the sofa and all that kind of stuff. So I've been inking pretty much for the past year, 4 or 5, all digital. So yep, love doing it. I love it. It makes it so much easier. I can do it anywhere. If I'm waiting at the doctor's office or waiting for somebody else or whatever, I can just take the iPad with me and go. I've got the brushes that look just like a quill or the Sable, the Tech pens, all that kind of stuff.
I was saying that I think that
sorry.
I think that we put that page up. Roland's going to send me a copyright strike for showing up that page that you showed.
I did it really fast, so that way you couldn't nobody could see it.
I want to switch gears here to the House of Bob from Daphne. This book is not for the children unless
it is not. You get them out of the room.
Unless you're like me, who gave his son the History of Crumb, Rob Crumb book.
Oh boy.
Yeah, no, it wasn't. It was a clean one. It was a clean one. And I'm like, here, son, read this. And I took pictures of them on Facebook, and everybody flipped out. They're like, how dare you? I'm like, look at the title. It's not that one. It's not like I gave him Fritz. But yeah, so this is Daphne's book, and this is her
sketchbook. Yes, this is a House of Bob, now spelled Haus for the listening audience. Is a 24-page sketchbook featuring uncensored furry erotica. So Derek, remember, Derek, I'm waiting for you to pledge.
Yeah.
This is, as we said, this is for viewers 18 and up, and it contains nudes and fetish themes.
No, that means I can't buy it. I'm too young. So,
well, I guess depends on in what country and state you are in, I guess.
It's like
yeah. I'm pretty. I was actually just looking at this, and I'm actually pretty floored by how well this little sketchbook is doing. And we just recently broke the 1,000 stretch goal mark. So everyone who pledged to my Kickstarter gets a PDF of a sketchbook that I did back in 1996 called Mondo Bondo. So I have no plans on reprinting. So this PDF is the only way to get this. And so I also revealed the $1,500 stretch goal. I mean, it still floors me how, that I was like, oh, I'm talking about $1,500 on this sketchbook. I wasn't expecting a sketchbook to do this well. So, so I just recently revealed the $1,500 stretch goal, which is a sticker that I made specifically for this campaign. If things go really bonkers, I'm going to do an exclusive print at the 2,000 mark. So if everyone wants to continue flabbergasting me, please feel free to support my campaign for this sketchbook. And remember, every sketchbook sold also supports a comic book that I'm also working on. So it's all related.
I'll say this: there is a bigger audience out there for this than you can imagine, because my first actual commission was a guy wanted me to draw a gadget from Rescue Rangers or Tailspin?
I think it's Rescue Rangers.
Rescue Rangers. and he wanted it done, and he wanted this big scene.
Yep.
And he had several scenes he asked me to draw for like $50. So I'm like, well, $10 a page. I was just doing it on, regular typing paper.
Uh-huh.
And I did sketches before. Well, the problem was that I did these pieces for this guy, and I left my sketches I had a locker in my room.
Uh-oh.
And it's like a school locker. It was tall and everything, and it was a red door. And I had a combination lock on it because I'm a teenage boy. Well, my mother does not value anyone's privacy.
Wow.
or property. And that lock on there was basically a middle finger to her, she felt. And she just figured, I got to get in that boy's locker. What if he had something in there?
Uh-huh.
And so, again, my mother, I think she's neurotic. She's like, I'm going to figure out a way to get in this locker. And she did. She twisted the locker around. She pulled the back of the locker off.
Oh, my God.
Breaking the locker forever, mind you. She found nothing except my sketchbooks and these sketches of Gadget getting,
tag teamed.
and she took the images as not just to take my sketchbook. She took the images and she spread them all out over my bed. And she had to go to work, so she left me a letter. And the letter said, "Is this what God gave you your talent to draw for?"
Well, God may have given it to you, but he doesn't pay as well.
I'm like, well, I did this by that new video game with this money. I mean, maybe. And
so you sent her a big letter and said, yes.
Yeah.
I joke with her now. I'm like, I've been asked to draw a lot worse. And the funny thing about that is that she only knew what I was putting out. Yeah, she only knew what Lola was the book Lola was doing. She'd freak out. But I also joke with her about that there was a moment there that she could have turned me into a serial killer. Think about it. If you would have waited with a belt or something and whooped my ass when I got home, I might be on SVU right now. Why'd you do it? Oh, drawing art. Be crazy. And they already.
Do you live in the Bible Belt area?
No, I'm in Michigan. Thank God.
Oh, okay.
But my mother is from the deep South.
Okay.
She's from so.
Well, I mean, not for nothing though. Furry porn is weird. so I don't think so it's like I mean, it's like, because promoting this book the way I've been surprised at how many people are not familiar with this type of artwork. And because I used to be in the fandom for a long time ago, but long enough. So I thought it was just something that everybody knew about. And it's like, now when I was doing this sketchbook, it was just like really amazing how many people don't know what this is. And they go, that's weird. And I go, well, okay, I'll give you that. It is weird.
it may be weird, but you know what? It sells, and that's what matters. There's people. There's a market out there for it. Damn it! And,
there really, there is. Yeah. Actually, what's funny is that back when I was like knee deep in furry fandom, it was all about Sonic the Hedgehog. Yep. So I guess Gadget came later.
Sonic and Gadget, and these kids that got disposable income now. Like, who I want to see. They never asked me for anything like I want to do. Like, hey man, could you draw Topanga from Boy Meets World doing this? I'll do it for free. They didn't do that. They just
they asked you, and you had already drawn it. You just put it out and say, here it is. I've already drawn that.
As a matter of fact.
Guys, I want to thank you for all being here. Let's start with Mr. Hedgeland. Where can they find you at, sir, online to also add to that growing commission list?
Oh shit.
Sorry. He was horrified by my Kickstarter. I'm sorry.
A little bit. I forgive you.
Where can they find you at, sir, to add to that growing commission list of yours?
Instagram's probably the best.
Okay.
Yeah. You can find me on ArtStation, but yeah, I really just use ArtStation as an online portfolio, and then I just post on Instagram. So yeah.
Excellent. I may have to get a bell drawn by Thomas. He does really good work. I like to see him take on one of our mascots. Also, Miss Lage.
Yes.
Where can they find you?
Well, if not porn, funny animal, fantasy, more like mainstream type art is your thing, go to talltalesonline.com. That's Tales, Tails, and sign up to get the first 3 issues of Tall Tales for free in PDF format. And if you're also into art tutorials, demos, and the occasional live stream when I remember to do them, you can also find me on YouTube at Daphne Lage Art.
Awesome. And she will also post videos upsetting you. Watch her YouTube videos like a bottle of wine and just shout TV. What you talking about, Daphne? Shut your mouth.
That would be the comments of that stop drawing anime crap video. Yeah. So join in the fun.
I'm gonna stream snipe one of Daphne's videos. I'm gonna start me some online drama by stream sniping Daphne. I'm just you hear that right there? She said she doesn't. I'm gonna mix it up too. She's like, anime is crap. Anime is talentless crap. Anime is crap. I'm gonna do that for you, Daphne.
Put a nice beat behind it too.
Yeah.
So, right?
By the time we're finished with that video, #1 in 3 days.
There you go.
Mr. Formante, which sounds like an actor's name, by the way.
So you pronounce it right, so that's great. Yeah, it's you spell it Florimonte. It's FLORIMONTE. Just look for me everywhere under that. I'm the only one. So I'm on Instagram. I'm on Facebook. This is Thomas Formante Jr. If you find Tommy Florimonte, that's what I do for my friends and family and stuff. But if you want to see what I'm doing as far as comic book stuff, look for Thomas Formante Jr. And in my personal web page is infernostudios.com, where it's got all my Kid Hero manga type stuff, these type of guys, all my fun stuff that I like to do, all age books. And if you need to find me, come look for me at Kablam. I'm there all day long. So you can find me if you need me.
Excellent. I'm really good at pronouncing names because having my name all my life, I'm like, I have to remember other people's names and try really hard because I'm tired of being Varian.
You did fine.
And I'm just saying, my wife's family name is Purgatory with an I. So we have to remember that her family's name. So I try to pronounce every name correctly because the first time I seen that, I'm like, no fucking way. But and they were right. The name was right. Anyway, Meredith, where can they find you at now?
All right, you guys, head over to indeevent.com, INDEEVENT. My contact information's there. If anybody is interested in participating in the indie event in November, it is horror themed, but that's really the easiest way because every time I try and tell people to visit my website, which is my name, nobody knows how to spell it. So, yeah, indie event. Back to you, Marion.
I think because we hear like Meredith Lochren, most people think, oh, she just disappeared. But it's like, yeah, see, she disappeared on me. But it's like everybody hears Meredith Lochren. They don't think it's it's Logren. And it's anyway. Gary, where can they find you at, sir?
Hey, what's going on? You can find me, Gary Henderson, on Facebook or the Pyramid Nights on Facebook. And now I have a website, thepyramidnights.com. I have 5 books out. I'm working on the 6th book and another mini series related to the Pyramid Nights called the Last Pyramid War, and that will be out soon also. So you can look them up there. And I have a question for Daphne.
Yes.
Daphne, have you ever seen The Shining?
Yes.
That movie, The Shining. Do you remember that part where there was like two furries like
the
down
bear.
the hall. And they went,
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't think that was
part scared the
related
heck out of me.
much to furries in general.
There was like two furries in one room that like
Yeah.
there was something
Yeah.
going on in there that was sexual.
Yeah.
And then the
Yeah.
other one
Well.
came up and looked at the camera.
Uh-huh.
And that part scared the crap out of
Yeah.
me.
Well. Yeah. That's a very disturbing scene on a lot of
Yeah,
levels.
it was very scary. Like, whoa.
Uh-huh.
So I just had to ask. That's
Yeah.
Lola, where can they find you at, ma'am?
What's that?
You muted me.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. You guys can just look up the Indie Princess or the Real Indie Princess, either one. I forgot which is which, but yeah, look up the Indie Princess and you'll find me.
You know, I am convinced that I like them. She gets friend requests and stuff because I'm always eager to see what they're sending. Most time, yeah.
Marriage proposals.
She gets marriage proposals and she gets she gets pictures of dinkies, which is really cool because I'm thinking about doing a book. I'm pitching a book to Christy Shin later this week. It's gonna be called Dicks of the Internet, and we're gonna draw all of these dick pics.
No.
It's gonna be awesome. Dicks of the Internet. If anybody steals it, they heard it here first. You sons of bitches. Anyway, this has been GeekGasm on Indie Vault. Randy Zimmerman will be here tomorrow morning for Indie Vault Breakfast Buzz, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure you check that out. Also, pop over if you got opportunity and time. Pop over to Indie Vault TV on the Roku. Check us out. It's free. There's a bunch of different indie movies up there, music videos. There's some wrestling matches up there. A lot of cool things to watch, you know, and it's free. You know, if you cancel Netflix because they decided to put out, you know, a movie you didn't agree with, well, we don't have any of those movies up there. We got far worse ones. And, no, we got some really cool movies up there. They're all independently made. As an independent animated series up there, go check that out. Also, you can listen in Indie Vault Radio on Google Play, get the app, or if you have iOS, check out Streama and then type in Indie Vault Radio. You'll find us. So that you can also find Indie Vault Radio on your Alexa device if you have one of those. Just ask her to play Indie Vault Radio for you, and she'll bring us on up. Other than that, we are out of here. If you have a question for Lola, if you got a question or a comment, GeekGasm at indievolt.com. Send her questions. She'll put them up just like we do here.
For the questions, guys. No one's writing me.
Yeah, they're not writing her in. So, guys, if you want to send a question into GeekGasm, it's GeekGasm at indievolt.com. Remember that. That's the only way that Lola's going to get those questions first, and the only way that I won't see them and scream them. So, if you want to get directly to her, there you go. You can go right through me and get them right to Lola at GeekGasm at indievolt.com. Thank you guys for being here with us tonight.
Thanks for having us on, man.
Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem.
And thanks for talking up the Kickstarter. We appreciate that so much.
You're welcome back.
It's a great time talking to everyone who has the same interest in what we're doing. It's a great time.
All right, you guys, we'll see you later. You guys can feel free to hang out. If you don't have to sign out, I'm just going to end the show live here. We will see you guys tomorrow morning. I will be here.
Ciao.
But Randy will be.
Stay safe, everybody.
All right.